They say driving a Lucid isn't just about getting behind the wheel. It's about stepping into a whole different mindset. So before today's review, I'm doing something a little different. Yoga, meditation, finding inner peace. Or at least trying not to pull a hamstring. Because if I'm going to drive the Lucid Air, I might as well try and live the Lucid life.
Welcome. You've left behind traffic, combustion, and common design. You didn't just buy any EV. You bought clarity in Fathom Blue.
It chose me.
Natural breathing pose. Breathe in innovation. Breathe out range anxiety. Your shoes are made of mushrooms.
They're compostable.
Your judgment is silent, but strong. Now step forward into LiDAR lunge. Sensors awakened, ego disengaged. You're aware of your surroundings and your worth.
I can see. Who would still want internal combustion?
Raise into compromise nothing. Feel the tension, the premium restraint. Hold the pose.
It feels precisely engineered.
Good, good. Now use the configurator. Oh, you've reached it. The final pose, the final plane. You have reached Lucidvana.
I can't feel my carbon footprint. All right, now that I've been coached up a bit, I think we're ready for the review. Welcome to the driver's line. I'm Greg, and this week we have the Lucid Air Touring in Fathom Blue. And huge thanks to Lucid for lending us this special blend of power, elegance, and luxury.
And I'm Jordan. If you like car reviews, news, and shenanigans, like when we spent 1,500 miles in a Tesla Model Y Juniper, smash that like button and subscribe for more automotive action. Now, let's see what this Lucid can do.
All right, so first things first, this isn't just a car, this is a spaceship that wandered into a Whole Foods parking lot.
Yep, and somehow it belongs there. It's sleek, it's upscale, and it's probably vegan.
Just look at that front end. No grille, got the intelligent micro lens array lights and DRLs that are both elegant and a little menacing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this Lucid does not need a traditional grille since it's an EV, so that airflow is managed with precision through air channels and vents in the front end and around the sides to reduce that drag. Its coefficient is just 0.197.
These proportions are really something. Even though we have a 116.5-inch wheelbase, that's roughly the same as the Tesla Model S, the air looks longer and lower because of the short overhangs of that cab 4 design.
Yeah, so that cab 4 design means we're going to have those wheels pushed out all the way out to the corners, and that's going to give us a look that makes it look like it's going really, really fast when it's parked, which it really does. But it also gains a benefit of having so much space inside the cabin.
All right, and this glass canopy is wild. The windshield doesn't stop. It kind of goes all the way back, well, at least until right here, but really opens up the cabin and it gives you a really cool vibe.
And like other EV makers in this space, Lucid also offers shades for this big glass roof. You can buy them for $170 from their website. But honestly, Lucid does a great job tinting this glass, and it's an added metallic coating inside the glass to reflect that heat and solar energy.
It is hot as hell today.
Yes.
It's about 90 plus degrees here in North Georgia, and it's doing a great job keeping all that heat out of here.
Totally is.
You know, out back is where the air really stands out. We've got a full width LED bar, subtle spoiler. It's a booty that says, hey, I invested in crypto in the right time.
Yeah, and unlike some flashy designs in the segment, it's actually really functional too. That tapering helps with the efficiency, and that LED light bar up back is such a signature design cue with the Lucid engraved inside of it. It just is absolutely hypnotic at night.
Yeah, if you're driving behind this thing at night, it feels like you're right in a sci-fi movie.
For sure, for sure. Well, I mean, all that's great. Are there any things about the design you don't like?
Yeah, you know, for me, I've beat this drum many times, and I'm gonna beat it again. Mechanical door handles. Just give me a mechanical door handle. It works so well. I understand that might cost you 5 miles of range, but you know what? It's always gonna work. It's gonna function, and you can design it to where it looks great too. I don't need something kind of folding in and out, confusing me, frankly.
I'm with you. It helps the concept car looks, but honestly, they've been super gimmicky when we've used them, so just give us those regular door handles.
Yep.
One thing I think that would kind of help out is kind of wheel design. The base 19-inch Aero range wheels are kind of meh, so you really need to step up to the 20-inch Aero lights like we have on this tester, or the 21-inch Aero blades. They both look really great, but they're going to cost you some dough. The Aero lights, they're going to cost you $1,750, and if you want to step up to the 21-inch blades, that's $3,500.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's a big nut for a set of wheels. But I do love the Aero lights on this car. I think they complement the design and look great, even if, you know, the base wheels don't really suit the nature of this hyper luxury Lucid Air. This exterior might look like the future, but in here it's pretty swank, I have to say.
Yeah, it's like you're sitting in a high-end lounge, right? But you're the VIP, and you're going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds in that lounge. So this particular Lucid is a touring trim. That means you get most of the luxury features of those higher-end trims, but you don't have to spend grand touring money.
The interior has layers. Materials aren't just soft and high quality. We have luxury in here. And Lucid has come up with 3 distinctive colorways. We've got Mojave, Santa Cruz, and Tahoe. Ours is finished in Mojave and looks really nice.
Yeah, so kind of details about this Mojave, it's, you know, all these are regionally inspired. So picture you're sitting out at night in the Mojave Desert, what are the colors you're going to experience, right? So around us, we have this graphite cloth, we have carbon oak inlay wood trim, but we also have some bright spots in here. We have some brushed metal accents. You do have 2 options in terms of the interior materials. You could get a full Napa leather in here, or you could do the Pure Luxe if you're vegan. But I don't know, if I'm spending $100,000, I want to smell that leather.
Absolutely. So basically this car is better dressed than I have ever been, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy though, because it's almost like Lucid had a cheat code when engineering this thing, because there is absolutely so much space in here.
Yeah, there is. Up front, we got 45.4 inches of legroom, which is insane. I was able to push the seat back here. I couldn't touch the firewall with my feet. Absolutely crazy. And in back, you have a limo-like 37.6 inches.
It's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, so, and that's all because of the Lucid space concept. By pushing out all the wheels and hardware into compact modules, that frees up a lot of space inside. Outside, this car is about the same size as a Honda Accord, but inside it's a full-size luxury sedan.
That is insane to me, because there is just so much space in here. It is so comfortable, and we have storage everywhere. Yeah. It's unbelievable how efficient they have been with space. Now the screen setup, it's called the glass cockpit. We have a 34-inch 5K floating display that curves around the driver, and it's just as curvy as all these roads that we're on.
Yeah, it's outstanding, just like the road. And it makes me feel like I'm launching a satellite instead of, you know, going to Trader Joe's. But below that, we have another panel called the Pilot panel. And that touchscreen also tucks away to reveal more storage underneath.
We also have over-the-air updates to mission control, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, and an awesome 21-speaker surreal sound audio system, if you fully spec it out like ours is. Let's talk about Dream Drive, Lucid's advanced driver assistance system.
Yeah, you can kind of think of it like a co-pilot who's always alert, never gets sleepy, and doesn't ask to pick the music.
So the opposite of me on every road trip?
Yeah, kind of. So Dream Drive uses a fusion of 32 sensors. There's cameras, there's radar, there's also ultrasonic and even LiDAR on the Pro version to keep track of everything around it.
That's more hardware than some spacecraft, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And all the usual stuff is what it does. I mean, it's got the adaptive cruise, it's got lane centering, it's got hands-free driving with lane change assist on the Pro model, and even automatic parking.
Now, that's a lot. So what are some of the things you don't like in here?
Honestly, like, I like that they included some hard buttons, but I do feel like there are some other functions that could be incorporated easily. You already have a few, right? Let's kind of incorporate some more everyday use stuff right into those touch buttons.
Yeah. For sure. You know, one of the things that has started to bother me just a hair after driving this Lucid Air around a fair bit is the A-pillar. It kind of gets in your way when you're trying to look to something just ahead of you and to your left. You have a wonderful view out the front, but kind of out to that direction, it is a little bit blocked. But, you know, again, I think that was sacrificed in the name of efficiency.
Totally agree with you there. It does kind of get in the way, but it's hard to nix them on that design. It's kind of worth it.
Yeah, I know it's worth it. All right, let's find a place to swap so you can get a turn behind the wheel of this Lucid Air.
Sounds good to me. All right, so first impression, this does not feel like an EV trying to act sporty. It just is.
Yeah, for sure. You tap the throttle and it just moves. No hesitation, no fake engine sounds, just instant torque and silence.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds in a 5,000-pound sedan. That's as quick as the porky new M5.
You know what? And it doesn't feel nervous. Like, it's fast, but it's like controlled. It's planted. I think a lot of that is due to that battery pack being down low and lowering that center of gravity. I mean, it just has so much grip, and that air suspension with the dampers, the active dampers, just really keeps things controlled.
Yeah, this 92 kilowatt hour pack sends its electrons through dual motors, producing 620 horsepower. This thing will rip through the quarter in 11 seconds. 11 seconds at 126.
I mean, along with that power and acceleration, I mean, the steering on this is absolutely great too. It's tight and it's responsive, and it gives you some feedback, which is not something a lot of EVs do.
And here's the kicker, over 400 miles of range. This isn't a stripped down base model either. We're in the Touring, though we do sacrifice just a little bit with our fancy Aerolite wheels.
That's true, but the wheels are worth it. We like the wheels now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and along with that, Lucid includes a 900 volt charging architecture on here. That gives you a crazy amount of speed. So you can add 200 miles of range using a 350 kilowatt fast charger in about 20 minutes or so.
I know, it's really impressive. We actually stopped at an Electrify America DC fast charger, added more than that. We added about 70% because we went from 25 to 95 in about 45 minutes. Cost was kind of high. It was 59 cents per kilowatt hour. And it cost us, well, it cost Lucid, thank you Lucid, about $45 for that full charge. And you know, the crazy thing is Lucid is really efficient. You get about 4.6 miles per kilowatt hour. That is Tesla level efficiency with BMW level dynamics and Audi level build quality.
So if you are somebody who cares about driving and the environment, this is the car for you. I mean, it's going to give you tons of performance, but also as an EV, it's still able to get you home in time for dinner.
That's right. You can go out and carve canyons and have enough range to make it home for dinner, which is awesome. And you know, that's the point. It's not just fast, it's usable fast, quiet, composed, and efficient enough to embarrass half the segment. All right, so we've been driving this around a lot now. So what are some of the things you don't like about the performance of this Lucid?
I mean, there's a lot to like, honestly. It's hard to really pin anything negative down other than the charging situation. So this is a CCS port only. While it's stablemate, the Gravity that's coming out now, it's NACS compatible.
That's right. And so that would be a really nice mid-cycle refresh for the Air. Go ahead and put the NACS port in here, because one of the biggest challenges we had was finding a close Electrify America DC fast charger. I understand a lot of people charge at home. That, you know, not available for us, but that would open up this to Tesla's network and make it so much more usable, because that is the best part about Tesla, is that charging network. We have said it time and time again, and that point still stands very true.
All right, so as we keep soaking up the back roads in this Lucid, I think it's time for Would You Rather.
That's right. We're going to put this Lucid Air up against 3 of its competitors and say which one would we rather have. So, the luxury EV field is getting more and more crowded by the day, and the Lucid Air Touring is actually priced pretty competitively, starting at $78,900 for this Touring trim. But maybe we should see if there's something we would rather have.
Yes.
First up, we have something that we have already tested, the Tesla Model S.
The blindfold review.
Yes, blindfold review. So it starts at $85,000, 670 horsepower, dual motors, 410 miles of range, and I think about 3.1 seconds to 60. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pioneer in this field, and its stats are still pretty impressive to this day, which is pretty incredible. But honestly, this feels just like a step beyond the Model S. I mean, it's cheaper and it has similar performance numbers. I would take this one.
Absolutely. This really, feels to me like a second generation Model S. Tesla has been plodding along with the Model S since like 2012. Obviously, has made a few iterative changes, but this feels like what the next generation would be if they went ahead and said, hey, we're going to do ahead and do a clean sheet refresh. It's going to be this, and I choose this 10 times out of 10 over the Model S. All right, not a huge surprise there. So next up, we're going to go with something a little closer to home for both of us. We're going to go over to our friends at Porsche.
Porsche.
Yes. So the Porsche Taycan 4S starts just under $120,000. 536 horsepower, dual motors, only 277 miles of range, and is about 3.5 seconds to 60.
Wow, that's a tough one. I mean, the Porsche looks fantastic, but when you're reading out those stats, it really sounds like Lucid has it clobbered, to be honest with you. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer with the Lucid.
Yeah, every way, shape, and form. And for me, dynamically, the Porsche is slightly better, but this just wins on every stat. And the interior is so much more spacious than the Porsche. The Taycan feels so tight inside and really limits its use case, honestly.
Totally.
So for any reason, I think I would choose this over the Porsche as well, which is a surprise coming from us. Yeah. And they're going to stop sending the checks. So.
Uh-oh.
All right. How about a Korean competitor?
Ooh, okay.
So how about the Genesis electrified G80?
Okay.
Starts at $74,000, so not far off where this Lucid Air Touring starts.
Okay.
365 horsepower, dual motor, 282 miles of range. Which would you rather have?
Well, considering it's pretty close in price to this Lucid, and Lucid offers a ton more power, I gotta go with the Lucid. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the Touring comes well equipped, even if you don't add any options.
Yeah.
And to me, that is just a massive value when compared with that Genesis. So, I mean, not a huge surprise considering this was our EV of the year last year, but this is 3-0, both sides to the Lucid.
I think it's probably time to pull off and talk about our final thoughts.
Sounds great. All right, guys, we are here at the end of our time with the Lucid Air Touring. We are here with its natural habitat at the Electrify America Chargers after depleting yet another battery, driving around the mountains of Georgia.
Yes, and it was a great time, and it really helped us see all the things we love about this car. Starting off with the performance, right, Greg?
Oh my God, the performance is amazing. You have 3 different drive modes you can choose from. You can do smooth, you can do swift, or my favorite, sprint. That is when you get all 600 plus horsepower right at your fingertips. You can shoot away from the line, leave everybody in the dust. But that is not all this car offers. The handling, that is something that we were just completely surprised by every time we get behind the wheel of a Lucid Air. The handling is just crisp, refined, smooth, nimble.
Yes.
It's just unbelievably impressive. I mean, the weight of this car is down low with that battery pack, and you really feel it through the turns.
Yeah, it's incredibly stable. It weights up really nicely in the corners. It's able to keep up with things that it probably should not be able to keep up with, honestly.
Yeah, hopefully, none of that footage of the sport bike chasing us through the mountains makes it on here, but
I don't think so.
We gave him a good ride.
Speaking of good ride, let's talk about sitting in this interior, right? I mean, Lucid has done such a great job curating all the different materials, giving you a different vibe depending on what car you want to pick.
That's right.
I mean, and this particular car, it's all stealthy, right? It's got the dark leather interior. Well, in this case, it's not actually leather. It's fake leather.
That's right.
But it's really convincing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, anybody sitting in this vehicle would not know that they're not sitting on Napa leather. Really, the only key giveaway is the smell.
Exactly.
It doesn't give you that wonderful leathery smell.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But you also have other fantastic materials in there. There's cloth. Everything that you touch is just really well put together, and you can tell they put a lot of attention towards the design and the execution of it.
And we have those 20-way adjustable seats, heated, ventilated, and massaging.
And those 20-way adjustments, they're going to give you the comfort that you want on those long trips, but you can tailor every single bit of it, so in the twisties, it's going to hug and hold you in.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. One of the other features I love on the Lucid Air is frankly just the design, right? Ours has the stealth package, which kind of gives you the dark gray features here on the mirrors, the wheels, and the roof. and I think it absolutely pops against this Fathom Blue. It is 100% the way I would order it, and I think you should as well if you're considering the Lucid Air. The other feature on the design that I love is it reminds me of an Art Deco design. This is like a classic design just elevated to the future, and it works. It's honestly surprising, but it really, really works.
And with that design, because of the way Lucid started from the ground up, there is so much space in this car. I mean, its footprint is about the size of a Honda Accord, but it's a full-size luxury sedan inside, and there's so much room. Not only that, but cargo space, huge front and huge trunk.
Yes.
And the opening on the back, from the way it's designed, it's amazing. It's so huge. It's really, really well done.
Absolutely. And the technology also is really well done in this car. It's so much fun to swipe down from the top screen to the pilot panel and just bring everything around. It kind of feels like you're in Minority Report. Tom Cruise just swinging things around.
That's so true.
The tech is also a problem too. So we're going to move into some of the things that we don't like. Some of the challenges with the tech are a little frustrating.
Yeah, you know, you can tell that they wanted to make this a cutting-edge car when it came out. The problem is, it came out a fair bit ago, and hasn't really been updated since then in terms of software. We know that they have a lot of over-the-air updates, but we feel like it can be pushed even further to really line up with a lot of the manufacturers out there that are putting out EVs.
Absolutely. You know, Lucid gives you this really interesting key fob, right? It has no buttons on it. So you just have a different series of pushes and long taps to make all the different features happen. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's very frustrating when it doesn't. So, you know, it kind of brings me back to my issues with mechanical door handles, right? Give us mechanical door handles. It's so easy.
There's a lot of these small little things that can annoy you. I mean, the trunk not opening half the time you want it to, the door handles not operating when you want them to, but it never left us like stranded on the side of the road. No major issues. It drove consistently and super well all the time.
We're finding small things to complain about, such as this really sweeping windshield. Beautiful design. Hard to see out of looking this way, right? So, I mean, that's just one of the small challenges, one of the small quibbles that we have with this car. And finally, the last one is you have to use a CCS charger.
Yes, as you can see.
The Lucid Gravity, which is just coming out this year, is got the North American charging standard.
Right.
We need to give the Air a mid-cycle update so we can use that North American charging too. We can use those Tesla superchargers, which are prolific across the country. That's what we need.
I completely agree with you. That's the only thing that's really hampering this from being the sedan in that market.
Exactly. But altogether, it is a wonderful package. Lucid is not just the EV for the future, it is the EV for the present.
And on that fantastic revelation, it's time to end.
Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on The Driver's Line. Hit that like button and subscribe for more car reviews, specials, and podcasts.
A special shout out to our partner Prestige Auto and North American Vehicle Services for fleet management, keeping us fueled up and on the road, enabling us to keep bringing great content to you.
So I gotta come all the way back here to get out of your shadow.
Jesus Christ, bro. Time for some new pads, buddy.
Pads.
All right. Let's begin. Neutral breathing pose. Breathe in innovation. Breathe out range anxiety. Your shoes